is Gabe Ackus from Illinois. This dude looks like Derek Hall, like with dreads, and he just like he just wants to destroy you. Like he's a wrestler running down the aisle into the Rumble, Royal Rumble. Like I'm gonna just
WWE.
I'm gonna wreck you, And he just has that. And when you think of Derek Hall and you think of Uchenna and you think of DeMarcus Lawrence, like there's that physical presence, and that guy has it. And then look at Derek Moore too, the Michigan man. There's a lot of connection still. Jay Harbaugh, Coach Partridge, obviously Mike was there at Michigan. They know these guys, and they know them not just through the last 6 months. They've known them recruiting them out of high school. They've known them for years. And he, too, is just this physical, all-conference, super productive, know how to play the game, know what's asked of me, and willing to really set that edge.
That is Brock Heward talking about where the Seahawks may go with today's pick. If the Hawks are looking for an edge rusher, he likes Gabe Ackus from Illinois and Derek Moore from Michigan.
Yeah, Paul, if Gabe is still around with the Seahawks pick today, I think he is the one they go after. All-American as a freshman, 2023, 4 sacks, 31 tackles. 2024, led the team with 8 sacks. And in 2025, second team All-Big Ten, ranked 7th in the FBS with 11 sacks. I love this kid. I'm just not sure he's going to be around when the Seahawks pick at 64 today. They have pick number 64, and they have pick number 96. I think Moore would be a nice addition to the defense as well.
Yeah, the one thing to keep in mind is that we knew this draft was heavy with edge rushers, so a lot of depth at that position. So the Seahawks have that luxury of, where they pick in the second and third round. There's a lot of guys out there that can play, and we've talked about it throughout the show that cornerback and edge rusher, there's a lot of talent out there still. And there were only 6 edge rushers taken in that first round, so it gives you an idea of what's left out there for teams to jump on today.
Well, and Greg Bell just mentioned it on this show. The cornerbacks dropped as well, so he wouldn't be surprised if we see the Seahawks go after a cornerback in number 64 as well. So going to be interesting. I think more than likely the Seahawks go Friday will be a defensive day for the Seahawks when it comes to this draft.
Well, that's what Mike McDonald wants. And as good as the offense played last year, and at times, it was the defense that carried this football team, and they know what they have up front in that defensive line. That's where it all starts, and the depth that they have back there, the young guys. And Brock Heward talked about on our show yesterday the fact that this team is still very young. So when you go into this draft and you wonder, what are the needs for this team? Well, really, it's about depth. I mean, sure, they could use another cornerback, but it is about depth. It's about building up the talent behind some of these guys, because through attrition, they're going to lose some of these guys. And there are some guys going into their final year. Derek Hall is one of those guys. Will DeMarcus Lawrence play another year after this one? So, those guys they're going to lose some guys on that defensive line. So they've got to build some depth up front. And as we've talked about, everybody talks about, you can never have enough edge rushers.
Not bad at all.
Right.
Unfortunately, we've been pretty bad with the bets, Paul.
Listen, this is just for fun. We're bringing out the wallets back out today after the first round of the NFL draft has concluded. This is the king of the bets. And let's start by taking a look at the opening odds for the Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL this upcoming season.
All right, the co-favorites, no surprise for nobody, Jeremiah Love and Fernando Mendoza at 3-1 odds to take home Rookie of the Year, followed by Cardell Tate and Jordan Tyson. Now, I'm going to be interested, Paul, because guess who's going to get some carries right out of the gates? Mr. Price, now at the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that's the name.
He's going to get some carries.
Everyone's waiting to see Jadarian Price, the 5th highest odds at 10-1. If you're betting and you want to put a $10 bet on Price, that would pay out $100. Turning to our 3-leg parlay, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
We are turning to the Mariners opener on the road against the St. Louis Cardinals. George Kirby facing Andre Pallante on the hill. Here is what we're going with today. Leg 1, Cal, 1 or more RBI, plus 140. Leg 2, Cal, 2 or more total bases, plus 125. Leg 3, Kirby, 5 or more strikeouts, minus 200 in total. That is plus 325. So a $10 bet pays out $32.50.
Okay, I can sit here and talk about Kirby. He's had 5+ strikeouts in 4 of his 5 starts this year. That looks great. But Paul, I want to bring in our producer extraordinaire, Joel Kennett.
Oh, bring him out.
He plays baseball fantasy. He's a big fan of George Kirby. What are we expecting tonight from George Kirby, Joel?
Well, Chris, I'm actually looking at the right camera this time, so I'm not looking up at you guys.
Your camera looks better than ours, man.
Yeah.
Look how clear he is.
His is like HD.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, Kirby is not on the Nordic Beast team, so I don't really care as much as far as my fantasy baseball team. But I think Kirby is like one of the best pitchers on the Mariners, so they'll do all right tonight.
Okay. Are you buying my love for hitters 2, 3, and 4 that they're heating up a little bit here, and that's a good sign?
Yeah, I mean, with Raleigh, like, what's that, 3 home runs in 3 games? Mm-hmm. And even in the last game, I think the Mariners' top 5 hitters went 12 for 23. So they're starting to come around. It's just going to take a little time, but the Mariners' bats will be there. It's just a matter of whether or not it's going to be in time. These next 26 games or 24 games are going to be really telling, especially with this road trip.
What do you buy about my hit it hard, C-ball hit it hard?
I like it. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Ken Griffey Jr. saying C-ball, hit ball.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, Paul? He's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Yeah, he is, Chris. Not you. All right, let's take a look at the bets real quick. I just want to see which one you guys like the best, all right? So let's throw out the bets that we talked about, the 3-leg parlay, but if you had to pick one of these, start with you, Joel, one of these bets that you would bet your life on, which would it be?
Cal 2+ total bases.
2+ total bases. All right,
I'm
Chris?
actually not cheating on Joel, but I'm going there as well because you get an RBI, he either needs a home run or somebody needs to be on base. I'm not guaranteeing anybody's going to be on base when he's hitting, so I'm going to go with 2+ bases for Cal.
All right, I'm taking Kirby. He's had 5+ strikeouts in 4 of his 5 starts this year, so I like to have Kirby at least get 6 strikeouts.
Look at you dropping that baseball wisdom out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Mr. Knipp, we'll check in with you later on. Thanks for jumping on. When we return here on the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show, we're going to look at a young talent that made his major league debut. We will hear from Ian Ritchie and his interesting first big league start coming up.